why you need 1,000 Solana, and what the potential is in the next bull run for the price action. We're going to discuss that big question, why you need 1,000 of this coin, and what it could potentially do in the next bull run. So let's jump on the screen. Let's give you some data, some analytics, some use cases, and make my case. Now, is my goal to hold 1,000 Solana? Yes, but it just depends in 2023 what happens, right? It's just a use case, it's a video for the future. Let's see if this one does well, or let's see if this video just, dies and everybody can, mock me for getting this terribly wrong. But it's just to present my case. I like to do this every now and again because I think it's fun to do. So keep in mind, we must be able to swallow this if it goes to absolute zero. So this is my only kind of there's a lot of fuddle on Solana, and it's just something to keep in mind. But there's a few reasons why I think it's a good risk/reward. So Solana was massive, very massive. I think we can all agree that Solana was massive. Top 10 cryptocurrency altcoin, just massive. Everybody was talking about it. There was, big hype around it. And I don't want to say it's died, but this is what happens in the bear market. So a lot of people will think, Solana's never coming back, etc. They're developers, it's crap, it's slow. Well, it's the complete opposite. It's fast, it's scalable, and we'll get into that in a second. But just keep in mind, guys, do not go and buy 1,000 tomorrow. That's going to cost you about 10 grand, by the way, right now. If you were to buy 1,000 at the peak, I think that would cost you, what's that, 2.5 million, 258 million? Somebody do the maths for me in the comments. I'm always bad at zeros and then zeros, right? So the previous alt run, and this is why I think it's a good risk/reward, was a 270x. Now, did anybody time this perfectly? No, but hypothetically, if you did, buying at $1, you cashed it about 270. But nobody did that. Anybody that tells you did that is lying to you. It's just not possible. It's possible, but it's just not theoretically, it's not going to happen, right? So 5K and you would have smashed $1 million, about 3.5 million, which is fantastic. Obviously, you're taking profits out. It's just hypothetical. But when people say, what's this coin done before? Well, this coin has done a 270x. Okay. Now, number two, the adoption of big backers. Like I said before, a lot of hype, a lot of big backers, a lot of people were jumping to Solana over Ethereum, and a lot of people were saying Solana is the Ethereum killer. And I guess we're going to find out in 24 and 25's run if that is the case. I don't personally believe that. I'm an ETH head, to be honest. I used to hold a lot of ETH, but Celsius swallowed them up. Thank you, Alex Mashinsky. But, I've always preferred it. I've held both, and, just on our note, Celsius have got my Solana as well, so thanks for that. But the TVL, it's kind of low just now, but I expect this to change. So if you go on DeFi Land, you can see what the TVL is. It's almost right back to dumpster prices. It's about, 242 million total value locked. And all these little protocols, you can see where it's at. It's all kind of like, okay, cool. But there is a lot. If you look down, there's a lot. I mean, there's 85 places where TVL is being locked. It's very low right now, but this is just, it's expected. But if you look at peak bull run, dudes, USD value, 10 billion, which is crazy. But yeah, people are still using it. Just keep in mind, it's just something to look at. It's just literally facts. And that's what we have to do when we analyze, coins. Use cases. DeFi, lending, NFTs, apps, games, Web3, potentially, right? So a lot of people say, what's the use case of this coin? And a lot of people can't argue. Like a lot of people say this meme coin, Shiba 9,000, Shiba, Elon Dodge, right? You'd be like, what's the use case? Well, the use case, it's a meme, right? So they can't really, defend their point. Well, we can defend Solana's, use cases. Some stuff I found on the web, kind of boring jargon, but if you want to pause the video, there you can. I don't really care about that. But all I care about is the actual use cases. So people are using it. And it's very fast. It's very scalable. A lot of people were having trouble, if you were buying NFTs on OpenSea, you were paying gas fees were insane. It was an absolute headache. But Solana, fixed that. And they are fixing that. So something as well to look at. Why people think it's an ETH competitor. So it's scalable solutions that enable traders and developers to provide a wide range of service around the world. The sky is the limit with Solana. If, now this is a big if, it can come back. So this is all very well and good, but we only care about the price. A lot of people say, oh yeah, it's got use cases, but if I'm invested in something, that's great. It's like a little, okay, that's nice. It's like a little insurance thing, but that doesn't make any sense if, I'm not getting any price action. So cool. Got to talk about price. Said this with a bunch of coins and a bunch of videos recently. This coin is considered cheap, but just keep in mind, guys, it's almost not cheap, because if you look at it in your trading view, if you don't have an account, just open one up, it's still 90% off the bottom of that $1 where it had the run. So yes, this might be considered cheap, but if you're buying at $11, then it falls during 2023. If we get a further bear market, it just depends what happens, and we'll try and keep you aware of that as we're going forward. But it's still 90% off its bottom. So yes, you can pick up some at $10, $11, whatever it is at the time of this recording. But keep in mind, dudes, this can still fall. There's no support, because it had this huge run, obviously in January 21, and just really up to May, had a little pullback when Bitcoin, I think, crashed from 64k to 30k, and then Bitcoin went again to 69k. It pretty much mimicked Bitcoin just a couple of weeks after, which was nice to track, and we can see that's going to be good for the next bull run if it is still alive. But just keep in mind, dudes, I'm very aware of this because it had such a huge run up. There's no support if you want to do technical analysis on this coin. There's absolutely nothing. So I'm interested in this coin. It might sound a little bit cheap. It might sound a little bit, oh yeah, Jake, good luck. I'm interested in this coin, sub $1.50, sub $1 if we can get that. I'll make videos on this if I start to layer in, but I'm not buying anything right now. It's too expensive compared to what it is, and I know there's a lot of people saying, oh Jake, too expensive, you were buying at 130, 190, whatever. Well, you bought at FOMO, right? You shouldn't buy at FOMO. I definitely bought some other coins in FOMO, HBAR, etc. But yeah, we all make mistakes, but I'm not interested in this coin just because of the falling wedge here. And Bitcoin, we don't know what Bitcoin's going to do by Christmas time. It's at 16k right now, but if Bitcoin keeps falling, and it looks like it's having another bad day today, Bitcoin could go sub 12k, Solana's going to get wrecked. If Bitcoin goes sub 12k, sub 10k, dare I say it, because a lot of people, keep in mind, and I was one of these people, I would say, oh, Bitcoin will never go to previous 2017's 20k. Well, it broke 20k ages ago now, so you don't know what's going to happen. So Bitcoin goes sub 12k, sub 10k, this coin's going to absolute crap. This coin's going to $1, $1.50, $2 maybe. Then I'm going to be interested, because if I've got 10 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand, or if you have $500 or $1,000 or wherever you do have, if you've got $10 for example, think how many more coins you're going to buy at the $1 mark instead of $11 mark. You got to do the mathematics, but I think 1,000 is a great target to buy, because if you do get a bull run and Solana is around, you're going to be a millionaire with that, guaranteed. Just do the maths. It obviously depends, what price you're investing in, because, if you have $1,000 and it goes to $1, you'll get, only cost you $1,000. But if you're buying at, $11, it's going to cost you 11 grand. If you're buying at $100, it's going to cost you 100 grand. So, it really doesn't matter how you get there. You got to play smart. You got to DCA when you can. And you just got to be aware, guys, because crypto market is very volatile. Who knows what can happen in 23? I think it's going to be sideways action. But I think the goal is to start layering up in some coins if you don't have any cryptocurrency yet. I think that should be the goal. So with all that being said, guys, let me know in the comments below, is 1,000 a good target to get for achieving that many coins, and where can Solana go in 24 and 25's bull run? Can Solana break the $1,000 mark? Can it break $500 mark? I mean, it's only a 2x of the 250 previous bull run, and if you look at every other bull run in history, I mean, a 2x is nothing. So can it do a 10x and get 2.5k? We're going to be finding out one day. And with all that being said, see you in the next video.